Hi, welcome back to C Programming. I'm your Dr. Vasu. Here you can find other interesting subjects as well as along with C Programming. Do subscribe the channel to get alerts. Sharing all these programs in the Google Drive, and you can find the link in the description. Okay. Now let's continue with the pointers. So address and indirection operators. Let us see how it is. So we have taken an integer x, and this integer is represented here in the memory location like this. In a memory location, the value of x is taken 500, and say a pointer p1 is defined as an integer, and that is the address. The p1 is assigned with the address of x. So this address is referring to the value here. Okay. Now that is the p1. Now let's print this p1, the value of x, right? The value of x is 500, and the address of x, we say ampersand x, that gives the address of x. This is the value, and let us print this p1 also. P1 value is nothing but the address here. Let us see what it is. So the same value, whether you refer it as ampersand x or p1, both mean the same and give the same value. Here suppose I want to get the value of x, or the value which is stored in this particular address p1, right? P1, that is star p1, that is star p1 here, and that is nothing but the value itself, that is value of x, that is 500. So here this is a indirection operator, works like this. And now let's see, let's take another variable here, x as 50, and that is the value shown here. This is a 50, and if you say this is the program, and we have taken the value, a variable x, and assigned a value 50. Let's print a x value. This is the x is 50. Now address of x, of course the address of x is taken here. Now we got a negative value. Okay, so ampersand x is referred as address, and here let's define this p1 star p1, and this p1 pointer, and address of x is assigned to p1. So this is p1, and p1 is displayed here. Of course, the same value we get, and star p1, that is nothing but the value of this one. Now another interesting feature is, suppose I want to know the address of this one. Okay, this is the, let's take this p1 as a value, and let us see how will be the address of this one. So here it is. So the address of p1 is nothing but ampersand p1. Okay, that is the address of p1 here. Okay, so the address of p1 is displayed here. That is a different value. So this is the address of p1. So suppose you want to get from, by referring the double pointer, suppose we call it as the double pointer, pointer to pointer, right? If this is a pointer to pointer. And suppose if you want to get the value of 50, this double pointer double is given as a double star, that gives the actual value of this variable. Let us discuss all this later in detail. Now, coming to this, again, suppose we have taken 3 variables out of x, y, z, all are integers. X and y are given values 50 and 100 respectively, and we have taken 3 pointers p1, p2, p3. Address of x is assigned to p1, address of y is assigned to p2, and the value star p2, that means whatever is there stored in p2 address, right? P2 address is this one. Whatever the value is stored in this p2 is assigned to this z. The z is not directly assigned any value. Okay, let us see how it works. Now let's print the value of x. value of y and value of z. Z value we are getting indirectly. Let us see how it is. Now P1, P2 is mentioned here, and there is not P3 is there, right? P3 we have defined, but not assigned any value. That's why just I have taken as a comment. P address of X is assigned to P1, address of Y is assigned to P2, but not P3. P3 is not assigned with any address, right? Any one. So that's why we cannot, if you want to display P3, it gives some junk value, right? So we cannot get anything because we haven't addressed, we haven't assigned anything to this particular P3 pointer. So that's why just to put it as a comment and for your understanding. And here, let's display the address of X with ampersand X and ampersand Y, address of Y. So ampersand Z. Okay, this is the program. Now let's see how it works. So coming to this, the values are displayed here like this. Okay, we'll discuss all these values in detail here. Okay, so we have assigned P2 value to Z. Okay, and we want to see how much value is assigned to Z here. Okay, this is the program and these are the values, of course. That means if you observe the value of Z, Z is nothing but Y value is assigned to it. Let us see, let us discuss everything in detail next. So this is the data actually we have taken, and this is the output. Now we will see this in detail. This is the value of X. Okay, X here variable assigned with 50 value, and this is the address of X. Okay, address of X or ampersand X or P1. Okay, so we get this value here, address of X, or even if you say ampersand X, you get the same value. Whether P1 or ampersand X, you get the same value. Okay, now let's take Y here, address of Y. Okay, this is Y. Y is 100. We have assigned initially. This is P2 or ampersand Y. Both are same, P2 or ampersand Y. This is P2. This is 40, 640. Ampersand Y. This is also 640. So the same values we got. So this is the address of Y. Okay. So this is all about Y. X and Y we have seen. Coming to Z, the value Z is taking 100 here. How? We have assigned star P2. Star P2 is nothing but the value of Y. That is Y here, 100. This 100 value is assigned to, 100 is assigned to Z. That's why Z is taking 100 here. Okay. Now, suppose we have to define any P3, but if you say ampersand Z, right? Ampersand Z, that gives the address of this Z. Okay, this is the ampersand Z that has, you can see the address here 644. Clearly, you can see this value 644 as ampersand Z. But we have defined P3, but not assigned any value, any address to this P3, right? Any memory is allocated to this P3. That's why we cannot display P3 here. Is that clear? So indirectly, we can assign the values of this. If you say that Z is equal to Y, that's fine. Very simple, and we know that we have been doing this all the time. When Y is assigned, Y value is assigned to Z. But here we haven't directly assigned the value of Y. The star P2 value is assigned to Z. That also can be done, and it is valid. That's why Z has taken the value of Y, 100. Okay. So this is an indirect way of assigning the values. If you observe the address here, P2, the pointers, let's discuss with the last two digits of this one. 36, 37, 38, 34 bytes of memory is taken by this P1, and 39 is over. So it should start with 40, 40, 41, 42, 43, 4 bytes of memory for Y here. Okay. And another, how much? 43. After 43, it should start 44. So 44, 45, 46, 47, 46, 47. 4 bytes of memory is allocated to Z. So 4 bytes of memory to each variable is assigned. So now let us go further with the assigning the values indirectly. We have taken 3 variables, X, Y, Z, but only Y is assigned with a value. X and Z are not given any values. Two pointers are taken, P1 and P2, right? P1 is assigned with the address of X. P2 is assigned with the address of Y. Okay. Now, star P1 is assigned a value here, 100. What is star P1? Actually, P1 is the address of X. When you say star P1, in this P1, the P1 value will be 100 here. So, the 100 value is assigned to P1 indirectly. We are not directly giving that value. So, star P2 is Z. Z value we are assigning indirectly here again. Star P2, the value whatever is there in P2 is assigned to Z here. So assigning Y value to Z. If you want to directly say Z is equal to Y is also good. Z is equal to Y is valid, and we have been doing this earlier. But now star P2, the value which is there in the address P2 is assigned to Z. That is 200. So Z will take 200, and P1, star P1 is nothing but X value. Star P1 means the variable X itself. That means X will be taking 100, Z will be taking 200. Let us see how it works. Let us print the X, Y, Z values and P1, P2 and ampersand Z. Because we are not assigning any, P3 is not there, no pointer, right? No third pointer is taken, and P3 or nothing else is there. So just I want to know the address of Z. That's why ampersand Z is taken. Now let's compile and execute this program. If you see, the values are obtained here. As we have discussed, X value is taken as 100. X has taken 100, and Z has taken the Y value, that is 200. Z has taken 200. And we got 3 different addresses. Let us discuss this in detail further. This is the data given, and this is the output we got. Now, so X, only Y is given 200. So if you see, initially X doesn't have any value. Okay, where does it has come? This X or star P1 both mean the same and give the value. Okay, ampersand X and P1 are the address of this variable X. Okay, the pointer P1 or the address of X both mean the same and give this address. Whereas X or star P1 will give you the value here. So star P1 is assigned with 100. That's why X has taken 100 and X is displaying 100 here. Now, second one, Y address, Y value, and coming to this, Y star ampersand Y and pointer P2. P2 is assigned with the address of Y. So P2 is nothing but ampersand Y, address of Y. Star P2 is nothing but the value which is stored in this particular address P2. Okay, star P2. That is nothing but the value Y itself. So 200. Y is 200. Or star P2 is 200. Now, Z. Z is equal to star P2. This Z is equal to star P2 is 200. So in Z, 200 is stored. This is the ampersand Z here. This is ampersand Z, that is the address of Z. There is no mention about P3. We don't have any P3 actually. We haven't declared and nothing to talk about P3 here. Just we have this address of Z. That's all. So that's why to refer this, we have mentioned it as ampersand Z. And if you consider further this 44 plus 2 digits I'm talking about, 44 to 47, 4 bytes of memory is allocated for this variable X. 48 from 48 here, 51 up to 51, 4 bytes of memory is taken by Y, and 52 to 55, another 4 bytes of memory for Z. So this is the way the memory allocation takes place for each variable. So let's continue with these pointers in the next video with a detailed explanation and the other topic. Hope you had understood this topic very well. And if you have any queries or doubts, please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.